Back to wrap things up on this week's Border Patrol. As earlier this week, we were passing the time by making sophomoric jokes about Florida International hiring a coach named Horny.
Right, yeah. It's our favorite coach.
The guy sounds like a real stiff, we quipped at the time. So we spent a lot of our time doing meaningless things like that and being silly on this show. But that exact same day, Jake, you received or you sent us an email that
Right.
that hit pretty close to home.
Also, check out Buster Olney's story he's doing on Sunday with Freddie Freeman. We talked about just how, cancer affects everybody, and Freddie Freeman, unbelievable story. How
Lost his mom to cancer, 10 years old.
10 years old, and it touches all of our lives. It's touched your life certainly, and we don't need to, mine as well. Lost both my parents by 31, and a good friend of mine from high school, Mike Carter, in the Carter family. I know his older brother graduated with our friend Ben Messner here, who's head of our production, Patrick Carter, and then Jimmy Carter is good. His wife's good friends with Riley, so I know the whole Carter family, and I've known them for quite a long time. And Red Carter, their dad, he got a diagnosis of brain cancer and had a surgery last week, and this was a fun story. How he came out of it. He's doing better, and we're everybody's optimistic, but we're talking about brain cancer here, and it was a bad prognosis, and he survived the cancer, and they got 70%. So I'm just going to read an entry. I hope the Carter family doesn't mind me do this. I know Red's a giant Sports Radio 810 fan, and this kind of speaks to that. So this was something that Pat, we call him Pat Carter. He wrote about this, and it's titled "Sports Talk Radio, a Good Thing." When we sit around here making jokes like that, but I don't know if he really means it. But here's an entry, from Caring Bridge. He said, "Holy Saturday brought some good news to us. Mom said Dad was more alert today. He was able to correctly answer questions from nurses about his identity and whereabouts. He also asked if he could speak to the doctor this morning. Upon seeing the doctor, he asked about his ongoing treatment and how much of the tumor was removed, 70% of it. Also, Mom put Dad's glasses on for him and handed him his phone. Dad proceeded to enter the passcode on his phone and promptly opened the app for Sports Radio 810 to stream Sports Talk Radio. This could not be more Dad. Those of you who know Dad are very well of his affinity for Sports Talk Radio. Dad continues to be very groggy and in and out of sleep most of the day, but these are small signs of progress that give us hope after recent setbacks." So we all wish Red a recovery, and we hope the treatments go well, and my thoughts and prayers are going out to the Carter family, since I know them all so well, and they're what a great group of guys. They're giant Chiefs fans, and my buddy Mike I played high school basketball with, and he was a stud football player at Aquinas and went to Central Missouri State and played football there. So I just wanted to give him a quick shout out. I know he's a big time listener. I know he loves the Border Patrol for some reason, and
It's for all the horny jokes.
Mostly, but we sometimes I do. I shouldn't say we, but we take for granted what we do, and we sit here and make jokes like that, and but we also put together fine programming, and we get guests like Travis Goff on, and Mike McFarland, and Stan Weber, and Tim Grunhard, and Bob Herrig. That's just today, and we hope you enjoy listening to our show, and we try to provide most of the time quality content and kind of take you away from stuff like that, and just the guy comes out of brain surgery for a brain tumor, asks to see his phone, and he pops open Sports Talk Radio. That, that to me is just that's baffling, But the thing is we're very fortunate to be able to touch people's lives in that way, and give them some relief and give them a sense of normality to their lives. And so I just, like I said, cancer touches all of us, and I've been affected by it greatly. And so my thoughts and prayers go out to the family, and I just wanted to give Red a big shout out today and this morning.
I was so glad when you sent me that email, because it was something I needed to read that day. I never for a second take for granted how lucky I am to have this job, because it's the only job I've ever wanted in my life, was to be working in sports broadcasting. And so I know every day how lucky I am to get to do what I love and to have fun at my job. because I also see like the real heroes of the world, like my wife, who's a healthcare professional, who she loves her job, but her job is hard. You know, her job is difficult. She deals with difficult real life problems for real life people every day. And we don't have to do that here, really. So I never take that part for granted. But what sometimes I do take for granted is the fact that we get to be a part of people's everyday lives. And I think a lot of times I get lost in I get to hang out with two of my best friends and all of the other regular contributors to our show that are our best friends as well. All the people that we're talking about having this party with someday that may or may not ever happen.
It's going to happen.
But they're genuine good friends of ours, and I get to sit around and joke with them and talk about something that I love with them. And sometimes I get so wrapped up in that, I forget that if you're listening to this every day and you're dealing with the challenges that you have in your everyday life, this might bring you a little bit of a release. This might bring you a little sense of normalcy, as Jake said, to the challenges that you're facing, a job that you hate, an issue that's going on in your personal life that's really difficult for you to challenge right now, a healthcare issue like the one that Mr. Carter's dealing with right now. We might be able to help you get through those times. And usually I don't really think our job is that serious. I think we're just having fun here and trying to make people laugh a little bit and give them some great sports content through the great guests that we have. And it's always great to get a reminder like that from you because, man, that all of a sudden makes me feel like we actually do something. We don't just play grab ass all day. We might be playing grab ass in a way that helps you have a better day today. And for those of you that let us be a part of your daily life, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, because that means so much to us. And if we can make your day a little bit better in any little way, Mr. Carter, keep fighting, man.
Yeah.
Fight hard, and hopefully we'll be there with you, man. Every day that you want us, we're there for you.
Well said, Nate. Well said.
Thanks for reading that, Jake, and thank you for listening this week. Thanks to all our great guests. If you want to hear that Travis Goff interview, it's going to be up on the podcast page very shortly, and we'll send out some clips from it on social media as well. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the Masters. Enjoy the Royals. Hey, enjoy the new women's soccer team. They start their season tonight.
Go Hubie. Go
by the
Hubie
way.
Williams.
There you go. Go Hugh Williams and the KC Women's Soccer. All right, that's it for us. We'll see you next week on Sports Radio 810 WHB.